Hello, my name is Simon and welcome to AFC Bournemouth Analysis. Here's my take on our heart attack inducing 2-2 draw with Crystal Palace. Yet Defoe got on the score sheet again. Obviously he scored against Brighton earlier in the season, but he scored twice here at Selhurst Park. In fact, he scored twice there when he was at Sunderland last season, so he's continuing that run. And he looked a threat pretty much all the way through the match. His first goal was an instinctive finish from a well-worked corner routine, and then his second was just pure brilliance. A Lewis Cook ball over the top, and he volleyed it from the edge of the area, I think it was, over Speroni. It was a brilliant finish for the second goal. He missed a couple of other chances throughout the game, but yeah, as I said, he was a threat throughout, and he was a real positive, as was Asmir Begovic, who saved a last-minute penalty and was generally quite solid. There were positives. Sadly, we may look a bit more of a threat going forward the last few games compared to recent matches like against Burnley and Swansea, but all of a sudden at the back we look all at sea. It was terrifying how open the game was against Palace, and in the second half in particular I felt like we were very lucky to escape with a point. Every time Palace went forward they looked a threat. Zaha was ripping us to shreds on one wing, Loftus-Cheek was causing us no end of problems, and I think the main issue is because in midfield we just don't have the players in the squad to play two in midfield. Lewis Cook and Andrew Surman are fine players on the ball, and they played some nice passes forward, but defensively they don't give enough support to our back four, and Palace were running onto our back four directly at times with no midfield helping out, and it wasn't good. And we can't keep playing this 4-4-2 formation because it's not going to keep us up, I don't think. We need to play 5 across midfield, especially in the upcoming horror fixtures we've got. Otherwise we could end up losing by cricket scores quite simply, because Palace should have won the game. They didn't, but better sides will put us to the sword. If we defend like that against Man City, they could get double figures if they went for it. That needs to be sorted out. And up front, I don't think Defoe and King work as a partnership at all. So really, there's no reason not to go 4-5-1 or 3-5-2 if we must play two up front. But I think 4-5-1 would suit us well with either Wilson and Defoe up top and King on the wing, or King on his own up top and then we bring Defoe off the bench. But the 4-4-2 it's not working, and I don't really understand why Eddie Howe's persisting with it. The ugly was Wilfried Zaha's constant diving antics. Palace won 2 penalties and they were both pretty controversial in my eyes. The first one, I have to admit, when I saw it live I thought, well, that's a penalty, but when you watch it again he puts his foot into Begovic's hand to go down, so it is, I've seen them given, but it's harsh to be on the receiving end of something like that. And then the second one, Charlie Daniels wins the ball, but then Zaha makes a real meal of it and wins the penalty, which fortunately they then miss. Justice is done. But he was throwing himself to the turf quite a lot throughout the whole match, and some of it's justified, but sometimes I do think that he should just ride some tackles and actually go for goal rather than choosing the simple easy option, which is just to tumble over, dive over at the slightest contact. Now I know as a Bournemouth fan that may be somewhat hypocritical considering some of our players, but I think Zaha does take it a bit too far, and I don't think any of our players take it to the extreme that he does. So I'd like to see that go out of the game, and I'd like to see him retrospectively punished as well, and I think he might be as well, and that would be a good thing. Quite obviously, it's Jermaine Defoe's goal. It was superb finish, and the Lewis Cook ball was great as well. Lewis Cook we look so much better going forward from midfield with Lewis Cook. It's just he needs to play, but I think he needs more support around him, more defensive support. And whether that comes through a player signed in the January transfer window or whether it comes from a player existing in the squad, I don't know. But we look better going forward with Lewis Cook, but he needs support. One person got in touch. I'm recording this quite quickly because I just want to get it over with. And and it was Tom Palmer on Facebook who said, Kevin Friend is a bad word. 2 penalties that weren't, but overall we suffered from a 5-minute lapse. Could have made it 2-0 but didn't. Too many big gaps in behind as well. Yeah, as I touched upon, our defence, yeah, they were, in the first half in particular, they were just pumping long balls, and they were getting great joy from it. In fact, the first penalty they got was from a ball just lofted over the top for Zaha. He chased it, Ake was caught out a bit, and yeah, it was a penalty. And yeah, we looked far too suspect at the back. I had a bad feeling going into the game, and during it I was justified in that, and you know, on another day we would have lost that match, but fortunately we've got somehow fought through and got a draw. In the last 10 minutes in particular, it was a siege and we just couldn't get out. I mean, Howe decided to put a Phobe on, put Wilson on, but they just didn't have any effect. It was just like it was like throwing sugar into a hot coffee. That's not a great comparison, but you get what I mean. It was just not solving the issue that we needed a midfielder, Gosling or Arter or someone, just to get more of the ball. But yeah, it was a bit worrying, and if we play like we did Saturday against any of the teams we have in the next 3 league games, we'll get stuffed, and it's quite yeah, it's quite obvious. But yeah, that's all for this video. But please do contribute to AFCB analysis videos moving forward by following the channel on Twitter and Facebook. The URLs are here. Yeah, before and after matches, contribute. I won't be doing a preview of the Man United game, but I will be doing a review of it. I'm actually heading to Old Trafford. Hopefully I get to see a game this time. I missed last season's 1-1, but I was there for the bomb scare game where we got to the ground and then just had to leave before the match started. So hopefully I'll see a game, and hopefully we can get a result for this. Come on. That would be very, it's very hopeful. But yeah, please do also check out my latest post on Yahoo Sport, which is on Wilfried Zaha. A link to that is in this video's description. Do like this video, comment, subscribe to the channel, a link is here, as well as to past videos that I've done on this channel. Yeah, and thanks so much for watching, and up the cherries in all departments.